Forget private jets and limos. Putin's rides make world leaders jealous. Let's count down 5 of his most insane luxuries. Number 5, GAZ-968. Number 5 may look simple, the GAZ-968, a tiny Soviet car from the 1970s that most people would laugh at today. It wasn't fast, it wasn't stylish, and it definitely wasn't expensive. But for Vladimir Putin, it was everything. This was his very first car, a gift from his mother back when he was just another young man in Leningrad. He drove it for years, then sold it to a colleague in the KGB. But once he rose to power, he personally tracked it down and bought it back for his collection. That tells you it's not about horsepower or prestige, it's about sentiment. On the collector market today, a GAZ-968 might sell for $10,000 to $20,000 at most. But for Putin, it's a priceless reminder of his roots. In a garage filled with armored limos and luxury cars, this humble GAZ is a personal time machine that takes him back to where it all started. Number 4, GAZ-21 Volga. Coming in at number 4 is the GAZ-21 Volga, a car that defined Soviet prestige. Produced in the mid-20th century, the Volga was once the dream of every Soviet family, but only officials and the wealthy could actually own one. With its wide chrome grille, rounded headlights, and stately stance, it was the ultimate symbol of success in its era. Putin's Volga isn't just a collector's item, it's a diplomatic tool. In 2006, during a high-profile meeting, he famously drove U.S. President George W. Bush around in this very car. It was more than hospitality, it was a statement. By putting Bush in a Soviet classic, Putin was reminding the world of Russia's legacy, power, and independence. On today's collector market, a well-preserved GAZ-21 can fetch between $100,000 and $200,000, but its true value lies in symbolism. For Putin, it's not just about driving a vintage car, it's about telling a story of national pride, connecting modern Russia to its Soviet past, and projecting that story onto the world stage every time the car rolls out. Number 3, Aurus Senat Limousine. Number 3 is where luxury collides with battlefield technology, the Aurus Senat Limousine. At first glance, you might mistake it for another high-end European sedan, but under the hood and beneath the armor, it's something else entirely. This limousine weighs over 6 tons and is powered by a massive twin-turbo engine, with some versions packing a V12 that produces more than 800 horsepower. The presidential Aurus is bulletproof against armor-piercing rounds, shielded against explosives, and fitted with bomb-resistant flooring. Even if every tire is destroyed, it can keep rolling on solid run flats. Inside, it's pure comfort and control. Plush leather seating, climate-controlled zones, satellite communication lines, and secure networks allow Putin to work, hold meetings, or relax during transit. The cabin is hermetically sealed with its own oxygen supply, meaning it can protect its occupants from chemical or biological attacks. Think about that. This car could literally drive through a battlefield of chemical weapons, and the people inside would never notice. The civilian version of the Aurus Senat starts around $300,000, but the presidential armored build is valued at $1 to $3 million, and that doesn't include the hidden tech or the cost of its constant maintenance. Number 2, fleet of Aurus State Cars. At number 2, we're not talking about one vehicle, we're talking about a fleet. Putin's official motorcade is legendary, with reports suggesting more than 700 vehicles are maintained for state use. That includes limousines, armored SUVs, escort cars, decoys, and support vans, all choreographed like a military operation. Every time Putin moves, multiple identical limousines travel together, so nobody knows which one he's actually in. Add to that, electronic warfare vans capable of blocking signals, medical units prepared for emergencies, and heavily armed security escorts. The result is a convoy that looks more like an armored battalion than a presidential motorcade. The financial value of this fleet is staggering, with each limo costing hundreds of thousands and the armored variants reaching into the millions. The total estimate is between $200 and $300 million. And here's the kicker. This convoy doesn't just stay in Russia. When Putin travels abroad, portions of his motorcade are flown ahead of him, ensuring that no matter where in the world he goes, he moves with the same level of protection and spectacle. Number 1. Ilyushin IL-96-300PU. And finally, number 1, the crown jewel, the Ilyushin IL-96-300PU, known as the Flying Kremlin. This isn't an airplane in the traditional sense. It's a floating fortress, a palace in the sky, and a command center designed to keep Russia's leaders safe and in control under any circumstance. Each aircraft costs between $500 and $716 million. And Putin doesn't just have one, he has at least 5 of them. That puts the total value of his presidential fleet at over $3 billion. To put that into perspective, that's more than the GDP of some entire nations invested in jets for one man. Step inside and the luxury is overwhelming. There's a private office where Putin can conduct state business mid-flight, full conference rooms for meetings with his inner circle, a dining hall with its own kitchen, and even a fitness area. He has access to showers, a medical unit for emergencies, and a king-size bedroom where he can rest while crossing time zones. And then there's the defense tech. This jet carries advanced electronic warfare systems, radar jamming coatings that make it nearly invisible to enemy detection, and even laser-based anti-missile systems capable of destroying threats before they strike. It can summon fighter escorts, jam enemy communications, and serve as a mobile command center in the event of nuclear war. The IL-96-300PU is not just Putin's ride, it's the ultimate display of power, a $3 billion palace in the sky that ensures he can lead, command, and survive no matter what the world throws at him. And that's Putin's top 5, from a humble Soviet car to a sky fortress worth billions. Which one would you ride in? Tell me below, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more insane lists.